What is going on, boys and girls? It is me, Moldy Joe, here to give you a little bit of an instructional video this time. I am going to teach you all how to get a nuke, as it would be called, in Call of Duty World at War. Obviously, that's not really possible because they don't have nukes in that game, but yada yada yada, screw that whole idea. I get a nuke. That's the end of the story. Getting a nuke, telling you how to do it. No questions asked. Alright, here we go. Now, the first test you're going to put yourself up against is going to happen before the game even begins. The pre-game lobby, ladies and gentlemen. First thing you want to know, what map you're going to. There's lots of specific stuff about maps, especially in World at War. There are maps that have tanks, like Downfall. I said to myself in the pre-game lobby, I said, Self, we're going to Downfall, okay? We're going to be having a lot of tanks in this map. There are 4 tanks in this map, 1 in each corner of the map. And the team who controls the tanks usually ends up winning the game. Now, your primary objective in a tank is not going to be other players. It's going to be taking out those tanks. Alright, that's another thing for another story. I'll get to that later. But still, we got some issues in the pregame lobby. You know what map you're going to, and you know the special things about the map. Places people tend to camp in, you know, where choke points are, that stuff. You got that in your mind, thinking it over. Okay. Also, what you're going to want to look at is the levels of the other players on the enemy team. If you end up seeing a lot of guys that are like level 65, whatever prestige, chances are they're going to be running around with MP40s. That's just the truth. It seems as though, well, first of all, people are going to be running around being cheeseballs with the MP40 regardless, but especially the people that have been playing this game long enough to know that it's clearly the strongest gun in this game by far. So, you're going to think, okay, there's definitely going to be people running around with the MP40 this game. There's a lot of high-level players here. They probably do actually have some good gun skills, which is kind of sad that they're using such a cheap gun. Regardless, you got to prepare yourself for a fight. And if you're looking like, hey, I'm going to go up against a lot of noobs this game, you can give yourself a little bit of wiggle room. Maybe try out some dorky class you've been working with. Like, hey, you know what? I'm going to try the double-barreled shotgun this game because I think it's fun. And I think I got guys that I can still, you know, kill while I'm using this class. So, that's something to take into account. While it's on the screen, artillery. You want to hit it, drop the artillery where you think the team is going to be for a long time. That means maybe just laying it down on a spawn point you think they're going to be spawning at. Don't always try to hit them where they are, because that can move pretty quickly and it takes a long time for artillery to make it into the map. So keep that in account. Honestly, don't ever count on your artillery getting you those 2 extra kills you need for your dogs. Here I run out of ammo and have to pick up an MP40, but pretty much those things are always on the ground 24/7. I can't say I've ever been in a game where someone's not using the MP40. If you don't know why it's so overpowered, then you haven't played World at War. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, so now you're in the game. Things you want to keep aware of is always pay attention to your mini-map. That thing is going to be a lifesaver, literally. Aside from the usefulness of just being able to see guys when they shoot their gun because they'll show up as the little red dots on your mini-map, it's also helpful to know that, as a rule of thumb, the enemy team is going to be at and spawning at areas where your team generally isn't bunched up at. So if you see, like right now, the bulk of my team is in that bunker to the left of me. So I'm going to run over to this side of the map because I think there's a good chance that they're either spawning there or grouped up over there, so I can pick up a few kills. Another thing is you want to have a good, strong, balanced class that you made for the map that you're going to be using it on. For example, I use the STG-44 because it's a full auto assault rifle with some good range. And always keep a balanced class to be good in any situation. Speaking of being good in any situation, I do some good thinking on my feet here. See, I'm getting shot behind this guy from over this wall, and what do? I hop inside this tank. Bow! Double kill. Alright, is there anyone over there? No? Oh, wait. Shoot that guy? There's a guy behind me, you say. Gonna go ahead, just crush him with my tank. That was a nice little play by me. Just gonna put that out there. I saw I was outgunned, so what do? I hop in the tank, and I used every resource that was available to me. I made the enemy team fight on my terms. That's the main thing you want to do. you want to get the enemy team to fight and play by your rules. Because that's why a lot of people camp. Because when you're camping and someone's going out to find you, you're playing by their rules. They want you to come to them. That's how camping works, basically. Another little tip I can throw in here is that if you're not sure what to do, a general rule of thumb is just patrol the perimeter of the map. Think of this map as a big rectangle. If you stick by the perimeter of the map, you can't get shot from someone from a different direction to you because you always have a sight line looking into the center of the map, if that makes any sense to you. So try to stick out of the middle of the map unless you know it's safe. And little tank shooting tip here, never hop into a tank and only sit in the gunner seat because you're going to get sniped out of it. But if you shoot your main shell and miss, you can hop into the gunner seat and finish them off with the thing. It's pretty good. Just don't get too cocky and get yourself sniped out of it. That's a little bit of a tip for you over there. But I'm 1 kill away from getting the 25 kill streak, getting the nuke. I spot this guy, miss, gotta gun him down.
Tactical nuke incoming!
And there's your 25 kill streak. So I figure at this point the Enola Gay is probably taking off the landing pad and is about to drop the atomic bomb and take care of this whole mess we got down here. But that's the end of the game. I hope you learned a few tips, probably be able to apply that to your game in the future. And see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace!